If it's not apparent from my YouTube channel, let me say it one more time. I like miniatures. Painting, sculpting and playing with them. They're very diverse type of hobby objects. If we subtract a dimension, we are left with something more 2D. And in that type of situation, there is another obsession in store. They are a little bit more rectangular than a miniature, and as I mentioned, not so three-dimensional. You probably guessed it, because the title might give it away. It's cards. It's cards. It goes the same as the miniatures. I like painting, crafting and playing with them. Grab your favorite deck of cards and come on a little side quest I created for Kraska and I, as an excuse to practice more traditional painting. Let's get started. At this point, I have played quite a bit of different games with cards. In the before times, in a land far away, for some of you at least, I bought a starter set of Magic the Gathering cards. It was all for research. I was just getting more into game design and I wanted to expand my knowledge and experience with different types of games. It was silly of me to approach such a rabbit hole so carelessly, because I certainly went to Wonderland even though I'm not a little girl. Long story short, a couple of TCGs later, some LCG and a board game or 7, it's safe to say that one of my favorite types of games is with cards. Something very cool that I like about the cardboard rectangles is that it contains art, illustrations and UI to be more specific. And people that make these games find incredible illustrators and graphic designers, which makes it even closer to my heart because I love art. So naturally I wanted my art to be on cards because of that love. And the other love. I painted some proxies, then I painted some more. It's been a while now since I painted a card illustration. I stumbled upon this idea of artists painting, then having binders full of their artworks made directly on a card-sized format, and I saw a great opportunity there. I want to make more paintings with acrylic paints, aquarelle paints, and whatever I'm into at that moment. And this small format gives me a way to do it even more, combining my love of cards and love of painting into little collectible art pieces. Yes, you can't play them, or can you? Of course you can. In a way, I'll just ask, what do places, encounters, and magic items have in common? If you guessed their words in English, you're not wrong, but I was thinking more like role-playing games or something like that. Kraska and I could make a habit of painting cards for an ever-expanding collection of those things. We get to paint more, and this could become sets that could be used as game pieces for RPGs. I was very excited, so I started without a plan, which is normal for me. Of course, my default starting point is goblins. I combined that with an airbrush technique I haven't tried on paper, for making things look like they glow. I'm finding how miniatures painting makes me a better traditional painter, which is a good bonus. And bonuses are important. Acrylic paint is opaque most of the time, but yellow, not so much. So I started with a dark base. In order to make things glow, I had to use white paint. After the white, you could again use the airbrush, but also you could just glaze with some yellow and orange with a normal brush. This goblin is definitely here to find out what mischief you're up to. You better have a good explanations of why are you sneaking into a pirate ship in the middle of the night. Next, I wanted to see how it goes if I painted an environment on this small format. I had in mind some ruins. A bluish gray sky to be more moody, and on top of hill could work pretty well. In this format you have to see how much detail you could afford and still have the painting be readable. If there is not enough contrast or too much things happening, the eye is going to see it as noise. And unless you want to make a noise card, you gotta watch out for that. I like how this one turned out. What treasures do these ruins hide? Are they haunted or are they full of bad people? Next card, I was thinking of zombies. Maybe badass ones? Like an army or something? I started this one with bright green. This makes it feel like from that Britney song. Also, functionally, when you start with one color, after that it resonates in the whole painting. That makes it more cohesive and like everything is a part of the same picture. It's like color grading in videos. If you happen to meet these guys, don't try to make them your friend. Unless you want to become a zombie yourself. In this case, go for it. Moving on to card number next. I was in a mood for something a bit horror and with tentacles. I think it's because I'm sculpting this custom Dark Library army. And there are some creatures that could be described as a bit of cosmic horror-ish. I don't know if that's the word, but I'm gonna use it. Horror-ish. So, a good base for this might be purple. Dark purple to be exact. I just had to find the right flow for the tentacles, a set of yellow eyes to give it a bit more color contrast, If you find yourself in a dark place and the floor starts looking suspiciously like moving tentacles covered in goo, well, start hoping that everything is going to end quickly. Unless you have a pocket portal or you're so powerful that such things do not bother you. Maybe your GM made you an immortal and gave you some plot armor. Congrats! Next on the line should be a prop, I think. In this case, a cursed weapon. I haven't painted a sword in such a long time. To make it more aggressive and cursed, I made the base for this one red. It looks well with the grays I wanted to use for the sword itself. And also the creepy eye on the sword should be red, I think. The design looks a bit like it's an oversized cleaver. This, I think, makes it more brutal and ready for massacre feel that I think suits this kind of weapon. Be careful if you find this sword. The power is immense, but the cost might be too high. Especially if you're a goody Goodington. Yeah, that might be a slight problem because of the bloodlust and everything. Last but not least, we have a prop made by Kraska, who definitely likes the idea of us painting these cards. So here's the Dead O'Clock Pocket Watch. She got new gouache paints and that's a perfect opportunity to use them even more. This pocket watch is a very interesting item because it shows how much time a person of your choice has left. Maybe you want to know if you're close to beating that dragon you all of a sudden happen to fight right now and the half-cooked plan you made is not working as you hoped. So more information never hurts, but the dragon might. So be careful. I see a lot of potential for growth and creativity in this practice, so I'll try to make a habit of making these cards regularly. Worst case scenario, I have a bunch of art, so there's no losing this game. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, you could watch my other videos. Why, you're nothing but a pack of cards. Bye!